This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Hi all. I'm Rahul Ganjare. I do have total 13 years of experience, IT experience, right? So that almost into the automation testing. Yeah. So I was a manual tester for 3 or 4 years, and then I started, the towards journey towards the automation. And today is going to be a huge. I do have a total 9 or 10 years of automation testing experience, and then now I am into the DevOps, AWS DevOps. I do work on as a AWS DevOps engineer. I was in UK for 1 year and work over there as a AWS DevOps, and recently um, I cleared the AWS associate developer certification too. Yeah, and this is my personal interest, right? To guide on the the like the students, or we can say that the colleagues who want to switch into the automation, isn't it? So whatever I know, as per my experience, I'll try to impart all towards you, so that you will be in a position to the explain you or the present you as an automation tester, isn't it? So from last 8 years, right? So I'm completely into the automation, and I to manage the team. I'm working as a team lead, automation team lead, right, in one of the organization. And then over there, we designed the automation framework from the scratch. Actually, in that particular account, there were automation was not there, but yes, I hired over there, and then we started the journey towards the automation. You know, now today, all guys over there, so we have only one or two automation tester over there, but all manual tester guys are using that framework and executing their regression pack, isn't it? So the regression pack is of 700 test cases, and they are using like it, and they are using the framework to perform the regression over there, and ultimately they are also learning from that particular the framework, how it has been designed. You know, so in terms of the training, what we gonna do is like we'll be learning a different portions. Yeah, will the different portions as in like if I go over, so automation testing is divided into the parts, the different parts. Yeah, so first what we need to do is the Java language is the important, isn't it? So the automation testing is can be in different language, though it be Java, though it be C Sharp, though it be Ruby, though it be Perl, isn't it? So though it be Python, isn't it? So the languages doesn't matter for the automation testing, but what matter is like the concept, how we can go ahead and how we can uh, create the frameworks for that, isn't it? So so over here what we can do is we'll be learning all the stuff. Yeah, so first we'll be learning the Java, isn't it, the core Java. So we do not need advanced Java, which they are the developer. Though those who are the automation developer, they need the robust understanding about the Java language. But as an automation tester, we do not need it. Yeah, so we need some the basic parts of the automation of the core Java, isn't it? So we'll be learning about all the loops. What are the loops available, right? And then we'll be learning some OOPS concept. Yeah, so over there, I do have some Java lecture documents there with me. So I'll hand over all these documents to you. So these are pretty simple and a straightforward documents. You are is very easy to understand, right? So we'll be needing only this knowledge of the Java, isn't it? Apart from that, we do not need in-depth things, isn't it? So I'll be explaining you all the stuffs in these particular documents, right? The about the Java, isn't it? So all OOPS concept we'll be learning, right? So this is what the OOPS concept we do have. So we'll be learning this OOPS concept because we'll be using this OOPS concept when we are designing the framework. So I'll explain you what they are, how to use it, right? What does this mean? What this definition mean? How it is replicating? How we are replicating this particular definition? Everything we'll be learning about the core Java. Yeah. So that is what the core Java. So we do have total 10 lectures. I'll hand over these documents to you. You can just go through it, yeah, when you get the time, and it will be helpful for you, isn't it? That comes to the Java language, isn't it? Then what we do have is we'll be learning about the automation, yeah. So the basics of automation, and then the basics of automations we'll be learning about what is the right the different content in the automation testing, right? So what is what we can say that how to find the XPath, then what is web element, right? How to deal with those web element, how we can identify the web elements, and then how we can enter the text into text box, how we can select the value from the drop down box, how we can check the radio buttons, right? So all these things will be covered in the training program. So what we are doing for that, right? So if we look at, this is what my last batch program, right? So over here, what we are doing, we are creating a simple package, right? A training program. And over here, we are creating, a program for each and everything. If you looked at, so we discuss about the for loop. What is for loop, what it is, how it is, right? So we are discussing about how it is, how to define it, right? What is the meaning of these particular steps, what they are doing, how they are doing, isn't it? Then drop down box selection, isn't it? So if we have the drop down box, how to deal with that drop down box, right? So mouse over action, right? So you might have shopped in the Flipkart, right? Or there we do have the mouse over action, right? So we don't need to click anywhere, we just need to mouse over somewhere, and then we will be able to get some options. So how to deal with that, isn't it? Then we do have the multiple windows, like in some production URLs, like we are using the Citibank URL over here, right? So in production URL, when you click on the login button, so what is happening? Sometimes it opens in the new Chrome tab, right? So it's not in the same tab. Some application will be in the same tab, some application is opening into the new tab or into the new window. Then how to deal with that window, isn't it? So right click operation, how to right click with the help of Selenium, isn't it? So we'll be discussing all these alerts, how to taste the alerts, isn't it? We'll be getting alerts, username is incorrect, password is incorrect, or please enter the username, or please enter the password. Such kind of alerts we are getting on our application when we are trying to enter the username and password. Then how to deal with that, how to work with that. So we'll be learning this slider, isn't it? The taste slider. Slider is something, right? When you shop or when you book the hotel, isn't it? So there is a slider based on your budget. You can uh, uh, specify the search criteria. If you want a hotel in the range of 5,000, so you can move towards slider towards the 5,000, and then you will be getting the list of the hotels where the rooms are available under the 5,000, isn't it? So that is what the slider. Same applicable for the Flipkart or the Amazon or there as well. When you when you shop something from there, isn't it? So how to deal with that, how to work with that with the help of automation, isn't it? And then keyboard action, isn't it? So how to use the keyboard over here, how to use the keyboard, your the keys, right? Control key, shift key, I key. So whatever keyboards we have, the functional key on our laptop, desktop, whatever we do have, so how to deal with those, how we can use those keys, isn't it? So we'll be learning all these things, and this all are comes under into the basics of the Selenium, isn't it? So once we are okay with this, once we are having a good knowledge of this particular basics of the Selenium. Again, reading data from the XLS file, isn't it? How to read data from the XLS file, right? So you're reading data from XLS file, writing data into the XLS file. That is the most important stuff, right? So we'll be learning on all this, how to read and write data to and from the XLS file, isn't it? So all these things we'll be learning with the help of simple program, right? So I'll explain you what they are and how they are, isn't it? And then once we are done with these basic parts, then what we are going to do, so we'll move towards the framework design, isn't it? So then we'll create a Maven project. So this is what the Maven project is, the structure is. And then we'll we'll discuss about we'll create a framework structure over there. So if you look at, this is what the Maven structure is, this is the project structure is, right? So right now, so we are building the framework, isn't it? So this is what the Maven project is. The Maven is a build tool, right? So we'll be discussing about what Maven it is and how it is. Then we do have the TestNG in it, isn't it? If you look at, this is what the TestNG library is, isn't it? This is what the TestNG library is over here. So we'll be discussing all these things, and then over here we design some test cases, isn't it? So we'll be learning a different type of test cases, how to design those test cases. This is what, the simple data driven kind of approach. And if you looked at this test case, this is what, the page object test case approach. So both test cases are doing the same stuff. This one line statement and this statement, this so many statements and right from line number 30 to 62, all they are performing the same stuff, isn't it? So this is what the data driven framework, and this is what called as the page object model framework. So one liner statement is enough for this many lines, isn't it? So that is what how we will be learning about this thing, what they are and how to do this thing, isn't it? So we don't need to write so many codings in one line, in a in real life. Yeah, so this is what our test case should be, isn't it? So create an account. So if you want to create an account, how do we do it, right? So we just need to write something like this, and then everything is happen at the back end, isn't it? So there are different ways of writing the test case. Yeah, this is again another format, right? Comes under the data driven framework, isn't it? So yeah, so we'll be learning about this thing, how they are and what they are. And if you look at these things, so add the red before class, add the red taste, right? And then again, we do have some annotations over here, before suit, isn't it? The before method, and then the after method, after class, after suit. So these all are the test ng annotations, isn't it? So we'll be learning about what the annotations are, how they are, what they are doing, right? The sequence, how we need to use those, the annotations, and we'll be, looking into it, isn't it? So how to take a screenshot, right? So take a screenshot. So how to take a screenshot, what this all statement means. As of now, today, you may not be able to understand what this statement is all about, but don't worry, I'll make your life easy, isn't it, for to understand this particular stuff, isn't it? So when our the verification point is passed, then the pass screenshot. If our verification point is fail, then fail screenshot, isn't it? This is what where we are reading data from our the XLS file. So we'll be learning all this stuff, what they are, how they are, isn't it? So this is what the test cases, right? Then in utility, this is for the common method where we need to write all the programs, isn't it? So we'll be learning about this thing. So what we learned in single, as a what we can say that in parts, right? Over here in basics of Selenium. So all that basic stuff, so we need to collect over here in one class, and then we need to use it in a framework. So we'll be discussing about this thing, right? So what is this common method, how to select the value index, how to click on the checkbox, how to click on the radio button, isn't it? How to get text from any web element, enter text into the text box, right? How to do it, click on the web element, click on the button, isn't it? So we'll be looking into all this stuff. Select by visible text, select the web element by visible text. So we'll be learning all this stuff, what they are and how they are, isn't it? And then we do have the drivers. So these are the different drivers available, right? The Chrome driver, the Gecko driver is for the Firefox, Chrome driver is for the Chrome, so IE driver. And then we do have the Internet Explorer, the newest driver available over here, isn't it? So these are the four drivers. So we'll be discussing about these drivers, isn't it? Right? And then the execution report, how to generate the execution reports, right? So if I go over here, um, all right. So this is what the execution report. Let me open any report. Yeah. So look at this is what the execution report. Yeah. So it is called as the extent reports. Actually, Selenium is not providing a reporting. Yeah. So reporting is not good into the Selenium. It has this basic reporting structure, which is not that much user friendly. Yeah. So when it comes to the business, right, when you want to showcase your report to your manager or to your concerned person, that needs to be something in the form of this chart, isn't it? So how many test case executed? The 6 test case executed, isn't it? So out of 6, 4 pass, 2 fail, isn't it? And then how much time it took to execute, isn't it? Total time, overall time, start, when we execute it, isn't it? The date and the timing, and then the end date, start date, end date, the passing percentage, how many percentage it has been passed, and then the detail of your system, who has executed, isn't it? On which Java version or on which Windows, or who is the person who has executed this stuff. The entire details over here on the dashboard, isn't it? So you can present this dashboard to the management, and management is only concerned about this thing. They don't want what is happen at the back end. And this is what for our understanding. If you look at this is for the test case, right? So what is the URL, the application title, right? So and then we do have the screenshot of each and every test, each and every steps available, isn't it? So if I click on this screenshot, I'll be able to see what is there, isn't it? So that is what it is. So when I'm saying create an account, text has been verified, user enter the email address. So if I open it, isn't it? So you'll be able to see it right over here. See, so user has entered the email address. So the email address has been entered over here, isn't it? So you'll be able to get it, right? So that is what thing is, right? So this is what the thing. So we'll be able to get the screenshot for each and every steps which we'll be performing on our uh, application through the framework. So we executed 6 test cases, out of which 4 got passed, some got failed. So we also able to understand why they are failed. It's saying cannot find the web element when XPath is null. Right? The XPath is wrong over here, isn't it? So that's what we got this failure, right? And we do go have the screenshot over there, right? Same for this one. So the expected was this, but found this, right? So the sometime it happens, isn't it? Right? The spelling is not correct, isn't it? On our web-based application. So that is what we'll be able to say correctly. It is right. So expected. This is what the expected, and what I found is the milestone, which is not correct. So these two statement, these two texts are not correct. So that's what we got failure over here. Our test case got failed, isn't it? So we do have some time a test cases where we need to check the text of the page, isn't it? This is actually the title of the page. So we'll be discussing all this stuff, how we are going to do this. The execution of this particular test case has been failed, right? How to generate this extend report, isn't it? So we'll be learning about this thing. Yep. So this is what the reporting part of our framework, isn't it? And then yeah. So again, we do have some files over here, the config file and the core file. So in configuration file, we will be having all the details, right? Like your application URL, dev, test, prod, browser, username, password. If you are working in the banking domain, then we will be needing some dummy credit card number. So we need to add all this configuration in this configuration file. Yeah. So we'll be discussing about this thing, and then the OR file. This is where we are collecting all XPath of the web elements, isn't it? Then we are having some runner over here. So this is what the test ng file. right? So with the help of this testng file, we are able to execute all test case in a suite, right? So if you want to execute a 10 test case or 20 test case in one go, in one click, so we can do that. So we can, write all test case in this way, and then we can execute in simple one click. So right click and then run as, and then you'll be able to run the testng suite in one go, right? So if I click now, so it will run all these test case one after another, isn't it? So that is what is testng.xml. So we'll be learning how to create this XML file, isn't it? Then the screenshot, yeah. So this is what all screenshot we do have over here, right? Pass and fail screenshot. Then the test data, right? So test data is something, right? The XLS file where we are, keeping all our test data, yeah. So test data for our, the test cases, right? So we do have the 6 test cases, right? So test case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. And then we need to write the test data over here as per the field is available over there, isn't it? So we need to write the field and is a data over here. So whatever data you will be writing over here, so this is gonna be use a runtime. Yeah. So runtime, this data will be picked up from this particular XLS file when this particular test case is running, isn't it? And there is no limit. You can add a number of fields over here as per your application and associated test data in it, isn't it? And test data in it, right? So this test data will be verified across, verified and entered in your application when it is running. So that is what this particular, the XLS file is. So we'll be learning about this, how to read data from this file, isn't it? How to create this file, isn't it? So we'll be learning all this stuff, right? So what next is, right? That is what our the master sheet is, isn't it? And again, right, as we'll be learning about the Maven dependencies. Yeah, so this is something which is the advanced part. So we'll be learning on what these Maven dependencies are, how they are, how to download, what to do with these things. Yeah, we'll be learning all this stuff. The reference jar file, and the most important is the form.xml, isn't it? The page object model.xml file. So we'll be learning about this, what this is. Yeah. So don't scare about, this the the syntax and all those things. It's pretty straightforward, right? So how to deal with this thing, what they are. Yeah. So I'll let you know what they are, how they are, from where we need to get these details. Yeah. So I'll explain you all these things, right? So this is what the framework, right? The page object model framework. And over here, what we are doing is we are learning the OOPS concept as well, isn't it? So if you look at, so we discuss almost all, we discuss all those concepts. What is inheritance? What is interface, right? What is polymorphism? Yeah. So we are taking some lively example of the banking, right, to understand the polymorphism concept, right? To interface object, to understand the interface. So we are taking some, the Chrome driver, iDriver, Firefox driver example, yeah, and then the inheritance. So we are learning all these OOPS concept, right, because those are needed for our training, for our framework design, yeah. So this is what about the Selenium, right? So Selenium basics and then the Selenium advanced part, right? And then what we are doing is we are learning about the GitHub. GitHub is a repository, isn't it? So where we can, keep our code, isn't it? So if you look at, so this is what our the source code available over here. Now this code is available globally, right? So anyone can go on this particular URL and can download this code, isn't it? So that is what it is. So it is available for everyone, yeah. So we can go ahead, and if you look at, so same package and same folder structure as we have over here in Eclipse, right? So same package structure is available over here, isn't it? So what this GitHub, how to create account it, how to deal with it, isn't it? Why we need this repository, yeah. So what is significance of this? So we'll be learning about all this stuff, Yeah, so what they are, how they are. Yeah, so don't worry about it. It's freely available, open source. Yeah, so we can go ahead and create a repository over there, and we can dump our all the source code over here, isn't it? So we'll be learning about what it is, how it is, yeah, how to deal with this. And the most important part is the Jenkins, isn't it? This is what the CI tool, the continuous integration tool, isn't it? So we'll be learning about how to install these Jenkins, isn't it? What are the different components available in it, what they are, right? So how to create the project in it, yeah, how to create the project in it, what is the configuration available in it, yeah. So we'll be learning about all this configuration, we'll be discussing about this configuration, isn't it? So what goes where, how they are, right? So how to deal with these things, so we'll be learning about this thing, isn't it? Then we do have the reports over here, how to integrate the extend report, the test ng report, isn't it? So we'll be discussing all this stuff, isn't it? So if you looked at the extend report, so we got a couple of extend report over here, isn't it? So we'll be discussing all this stuff. Yeah, we'll be learning about all this stuff. So build, if you looked at, so we got total about 19 or 16 build, isn't it? So that is how it is. So if I go to dashboard, and if I just now, if I click on this button, it will start executing the framework, isn't it? So that is what the thing is, right? So so how to integrate it? So if you looked at, this is 16 number. If I click on the build now, so it will start a 17 over there, right? See, a 17 number build has been started, right? So this is what, how to do this, how we can go ahead and see the execution has been started, right? On one single click, right? So it will execute the entire, um, the test cases what is there into the my previous batch, right over here. So how to deal with this thing, how to create all these particular thing, right? So this is what called as the continuous integration tool. So it will perform all this stuff at the back end, so we can schedule it right at particular time. If you want to execute our test cases, our regression pack, our smoke test, our sanity test. If you want to execute at particular time, we can schedule it. So at that particular time, it will execute our test cases. Yeah, that is what flexibility we will be getting in this particular the tool. See, the thing is running. Yeah, so that is what how it is. We'll be learning all this stuff, right? So it's executing test cases now. Yeah, so we'll be learning all this stuff, how we can configure this, how we can go ahead with this thing, isn't it? So now the test is running, isn't it? So that is what the thing is. So it picked up the test data from this particular XLS file, right? And is doing its job. So Chrome driver was been started successfully, isn't it? So it's running the things at the backend. You won't be able to see it, but yes, this backend is running the Chrome driver and the test case has been running. See, the things are happening. The build is failure. Something went wrong. Yeah, some test case will fail over there. So it executed the test case. Total 4 has been running, 2 failed, 2 skip. Something went wrong. Yeah. So that is what there. So might be the test case failure. Some error is there, right? So we'll be getting the report as well over there, isn't it? What is passed, what is failed, what has happened, what is not, isn't it? So this is all be handled at the back end. We don't need to do anything. I just click a single button over here and the thing has been happened, isn't it? So we'll be learning all this stuff, how we can, doing this. And this is, the entire life cycle of the automation, or it's called as the automation life cycle, right from the core Java till to the Jenkins part, isn't it? So you'll be learning all this stuff, right? So what you need to do is, right, I'll be needing your support as in you need to be honest with your practice. That is what I'm expecting from you, isn't it? So if you are attending the session and if you are not practicing, then it doesn't make any sense, guys, isn't it? So you need to dedicate a day. Yeah, so you need to dedicate at least a 2 hour daily, isn't it? Then you will be able to understand what it is and how it is, isn't it? So, like for me, it's easy to explain you the things in one go, right? So I can complete syllabus in 15 days, in 1 month, in 45 days, or in 60 days, isn't it? But it's again depend on your response, how you are practicing. If you are practicing it properly, thoroughly, honestly, then you will be able to understand it. Then otherwise, it doesn't make any sense, isn't it? So it's not easy if you are not practicing, but it is very interesting if you are practicing. Yeah. So if you are,
Yeah.
practicing and if you are learning the things, isn't it? If you are learning the things, then you are, more enthusiastic and you will find it out the way how I can learn the more, isn't it? So, so I know there will be n number of questions, right? So you can ping me anytime. We do have the WhatsApp group. You can WhatsApp over there if as and when you got the question, right, while practicing. Don't keep the questions there with you for the next session, right? If you got the question today, right away ping me, send me the screenshot, call me, right? I'll answer your question there and there, isn't it? So if you are not able to write some code, if you are facing some difficulty in coding, right? If you're stuck somewhere, so we can have such one-to-one session and then I'll take a control of your machine and then I'll fix it at your end, at your machine, or I'll guide you how to fix instead of fixing by me. I'll guide you how to fix it, isn't it? So that is what the
Mhm.
learning comes into the picture, isn't it?
Yeah. And
So that's
Rahul,
all
I
from
have
my
one.
end. If you have any question, you can please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So what I was thinking
Yes,
is
yes.
that suppose we took one class today, right? And we discussed about the polymorphism or inheritance or any other OOPS concept. So what we can do is to make
All
our
right.
practice, continuous. What we can do is you can ask
So
us to provide some small kind of, assignment, so that will be good for us, that we will be thinking like, okay, we have to complete this assignment, and by thinking that, I think we can continue our practice till the next session.
sure. So I'm providing you the assignment after each and every session. Don't worry about
Mhm.
that. Yeah. So
Okay,
assignment is
that's
obvious. Will be there. Instead, you will be getting the n number of assignment. I
uh,
am till a day, right? This is a 10th batch of ours, but hardly I
uh-huh,
got a student who has completed the assignment, isn't it? So in
uh-huh,
so in each session, I'm having only one or two students. They are performing their assignments, but it's okay. Like I'm providing assignment from my end. It's again up to you
yeah,
how you take it,
yes,
isn't it? Sometimes
correct.
we are not getting time to do it, right? Honestly, we are not getting time. That is what is happening as we are working professional, isn't it? So that is what's happening. But yes, I'm providing the assignments and also I'm providing all the recordings of the session, isn't it? So what we discussed today or what we learned today, right? So it's very difficult to keep everything in your mind, isn't it? So instead, I'm
Yeah.
providing you the recording of the entire session, the complete 2 hours recording, so that you can listen it at any time, right? And then you can practice it on, isn't it? So if you're stuck
Yeah.
somewhere, so you do not need to directly call me, right? You can go through the recording and you can listen it again, right? You can understand it deeply, and then you can write the same thing at your end. So to be honest, so what we are discussing, right? If you complete the same, project, same program at your machine, that is more than sufficient or enough. If you are doing assignment, that is the added advantage. But what we are discussing over here, right? So all these programs, right? So as I shown you,
Mhm,
so over here, all these programs. So if you create all this program by your own, in, without doing copy paste, yeah. So if
mhm.
you write each and every letter by your own, that is more than sufficient, isn't it? But you need
Yeah.
to write this each and every letter by your own. You need to type it physically on your machine. Then and then you will be learn what this thing is all about, isn't it? So no worries, I'll providing you this code, but don't ever copy paste it, isn't it? So that is what. Yeah.
Yeah. And Rahul, one more
Any question?
question.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suppose
Go ahead.
I am doing some practicing thing or I'm working on any assignment. I encountered some error which was never discussed in the coaching timing. So what my first action will be that I need to take screenshot and put that in the group, right? So you can see
Exactly.
and you can guide me, right? And
Exactly. Exactly.
what if it is not getting resolved and I need your guidance? I mean, it is required, the remote, so that you can
Yeah, so we'll
check
be
my
having that.
status.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
if that is the scenario, if I'm not able to,
Mhm.
if you're not able to if you're not
Yeah.
able to solve your question, then we can
Uh-huh.
have such a one-on-one session, right? Then I can
Oh,
take control of your machine and I'll guide you how to do it. Don't
okay,
worry
okay.
about that.
Because I know you are already working. So
Yeah, yeah. That's what. So we need to make it out, isn't it? So we need to take
Mhm.
a time, right? We need to agree on the time, like at the evening after our office at 7 p.m.,
Mhm.
8 p.m., 9 p.m.,
Mhm.
isn't it? Or in the morning
Mhm.
session. Half an hour is
Mhm.
more than enough to solve any questions, any
Yeah,
queries. That is what
correct.
I believe,
Correct.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
I can find it easy. Or even I can
Yeah, we
guide you on
can.
the mobile call also. So
Yeah, and
it
we
is.
can do like, if suppose me and Ankita have the different queries, so we can
Mhm.
connect with the same timings and we can resolve it so that your time
Yes, yes.
would not waste, right?
Yes, yes, yes. That we can do. That we can collectively take a session, and it's good actually. Like you can if you discuss among yourself. Like now we have a group, right? So in
Yeah.
group you might have got each other's with contact number. You can discuss among yourself, right? So if you
Yeah.
are familiar with each other and you both are not able to solve the queries, then I'm there to help you out. Don't worry.
Yes.
That is my duty
Correct.
actually. Yeah, that is my duty
Yeah.
to
Correct.
solve your concerns. Don't worry about
Yeah. So if someone is putting any question and if anyone can answer on that, like Kundan, Abhishek,
it.
Ankita, or
Definitely,
Manjusha,
definitely,
anyone,
definitely can
so
answer. Yes,
they can guide another person, right?
exactly. That is the best way, right? If you know the answer, you
Yeah.
can, provide your answer over there, or you can provide at least your opinion on that. Maybe it is right or wrong. We'll discuss it later. But at least if you got some question, you can put out your thought. Yes, this is the way how we can solve it. Yeah, you can put it in that way as
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
well. All right, no worries. So any question? Again, like, you can ask me. Yeah, Hemprabha, Abhishek, any question?
No, Rahul, looks good to me. Okay, anyway, okay. I was just thinking, should I shoot or not?
All right, no worries.
Let me ask this. So, Rahul, so the motive behind this coaching to take from you is like I want to jump into the automation. So I was thinking to implement the same thing in my organization as well. Just on your suggestion, would it be good, like parallelly, if I'm doing these things on, in on my in my organization as well, or you would suggest like first finish here, then jump onto that? If parallel thing would work.
Um, I would say, have practice on a personal machine first, right? And then once we are into the framework design and we are good into it, right? So then you can, jump it at your official level because, if you want to design new framework over there, then it will be bit early if you start over there. But yes, if the framework is already there, right, it's already been designed over there, and you want to work on it, then you can, start working on your official assignment.
Got it.
But
Okay.
if you want to
Okay.
create from the scratch, then you need to wait till at least we are into the middle of the framework design. Then you can start at your official assignment. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
making sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got it. Yep. Sure.
All right. Um, all right, guys. If you are good and if we are not having any question, then we can close the session. And then, if you are available tomorrow, so we can have a session, or or we can have the session, or we can start the session from the next Saturday. So it's up to you how you want me to go. If you all are available tomorrow,
I'm in.
okay.
I am not available because
All right.
it's Raksha Bandhan tomorrow, so I'll be going home.
All right. No worries. What about Kundan, Ankita, and then the Manjusha?
So Rahul, I'll be
Yes, sir,
available.
I'm available. I will be.
So Ankita is available. All right. Yeah, Kundan, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Which
I was saying I will also available. So my question is, you are going to take the class on weekend only or weekdays also?
It's gonna be a weekend only, because you guys need to the time for the practice as well. Yeah. So the Saturday we'll be having a 2 hour session, and then the Sunday we'll be having the 2 hour session. So it's gonna be a total of 4 hour session. Yeah. So to practice on the 4 hour sessions, you would be needing at least 4 days. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at least 4 days. If you practice daily 2 hours. So that is what my calculation is. Yeah, but sometimes it's not possible to practice daily 2 hours. So that's what one day more I'm taking as a 5 days, right? So that's what you do, get 5 days to practice on the 4 hour session, and that is what the minimum time you need to practice it. So that's what we are
Okay.
running the batches on the weekend. Yeah, that is what the thing
Mm-hmm.
is. Because my motto
So,
is to impart you all the knowledge, and to give you enough time to practice it on. So if you ask me to have a daily session, I have no concern, and it's easy for me. So I'll complete my batch as early as possible if you have the daily session, isn't it? But you won't get time to practice it on. Yeah, that is what the problem then. So you won't
Yeah,
understand, like you. Yeah, so you're lost in
yeah,
between. That is
Rahul,
what.
one more thing I have to add. As a working person, sometimes I never get the time, right?
That's what.
So yeah, that's why actually I asked this question. So what is the duration for this course?
So it's gonna be a 2 month, 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll be having near about 20 or 22 sessions, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we need, a 2 hours, 2 months time to understand is thoroughly, isn't it? If you ask me to complete it in 15 days or 1 month, I'll do it. But uh, but the understanding is the most important part, isn't it?
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
like
Yeah,
and
got it,
we are
got it.
also not automation testers, so we would take time to grasp all the
exactly,
things
exactly, exactly. Because
because
each
we
and
are not
every stuff,
familiar of coding. Yeah.
exactly. So you need time. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. To complete a 4 hours recording or the 4 hour session learning, you need a 4 working days. That's what I'm saying. 4 working days, as in 2 hours per day time at least. So you need that much time.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Ankita, you were saying something.
No, sir.
All right. No worries. What about Manjusha?
Yes.
Hi. Are you good to have session tomorrow, or we'll have session in the next Saturday?
Yes, sir. Let me know whether it's tomorrow.
No, your voice is not clear. I'm not understood.
Sir, I don't have any issue whether it's tomorrow or weekend.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. All right then. No worries. I'll plan accordingly, right? And I'll then let you know. Yeah. So that's all from my end. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can ask me, or we can wind up the session. Yeah. All right then. I'll take silence as no. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Yeah. So I'll let you know when we will be having the next session. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks.
sir.
Bye all.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye.